Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, roles can be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play it as karmic themes to help you understand why everything's happening the way that it is, why a person's doing what they're doing. What's the whole reason why you're attracting this person? If you're a mirror and you're a magnet of who and what comes into your life, why is that person that's showing toxic behaviors coming into your life if you consider yourself not to be toxic, right? We always want to know that because I always hear people when they come to me for readings and they're like, I'm a good person. I I only wanted to love this person. I was only good to this person. I don't understand. So understand that's what shadow readings are for. They're to help you understand so that you can integrate the spiritual lesson so that will stop the karmic looping. And the karmic looping is just when you're stuck in the same karmic theme that makes you perceive that there's something wrong with you when there's really nothing wrong with you. But when we perceive that there's something wrong with us, we wear a mask. We create illusions or facades. We all tend to do it a little bit because no one wants to walk around feeling inadequate. How many times have you walked into a party and you didn't know anybody and you felt inadequate? You felt awkward. You weren't being transparent. If anything, you were on guard, sensing out the environment, intuiting it. And so a lot of times that when we're walking into a situation and we have spiritual blocks and we're intuiting something, well, we're not going to read it properly. And it's because we are seeing the experience and ourselves through the distortion of the wound, because that's what a wound does. It distorts our perceptions about ourselves and the world around us, creating habits, behaviorisms that block us from manifesting. All right, let me just put this on pause to quiet my puppy, and I will be back in a second to start the reading. I am back. I don't know whether or not that actually works, telling the dog to be quiet, but it seemed to work. So we'll see how long it works. All right. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out. It's the underlining energy that tells us why everyone's doing what they're doing. Again, very important when we're dealing with a person that wears masks, creates facades, manipulates us. We want to know why. Now, I'm not saying that all shadow readings will have someone that tries to manipulate you. A lot of times you'll have just a person that doesn't do anything, but you can feel a connection. There's many different ways a person's behaviorisms are going to play out. So it's not all the time, but at least we understand why the person is doing what they're doing or not doing what they're supposed to be doing or not fixing a connection. We get to go deep. So the underlying energy is clear family karma. No, we got this one the other day. When I did a live stream on it. So when we get a lot of the same energy day in, day out, day in, it's because the energy hasn't changed. However, I always pull a second card to get a different perception because the underlying energy is that I feel like you're in connection with someone that's paying for their family karma. It's that they have developed a lot of habits and behaviorisms that are self-sabotaging. So they're in the midst of that. And that's not going to be a day or a week. It's an ongoing thing. It's been an ongoing thing, which is when I get it in a few days in a row or a few days, even like a few days go by and I don't get it, but then I get it again like a week later or 2 weeks later, it's that this energy is still very prevalent. However, like I said, we can look at it from a different perception to help us go even deeper, which is impatience. Oh, so the more that this person sits and is really uncomfortable in their karma, the more impatient that they are in trying to figure out what's going to happen between you and them because they're trying to create an escape route. This is what this person is trying to do. So you're connected to someone that's connected to someone else that wants to get out of their connection, like is done with it, but they don't know where to turn. And I feel like this is someone that's like an older player, kind of like a person that's used to this, like I said, is used to this cycle. The family karma is that this person inherited it, it plays out within their relationships. They create the karmic loops of sabotaging behaviors, then they escape and go to somebody else. And so the thing is, you and this person had a falling out, and they thought by now you would have been back. What they see is that they ruined this connection. They burnt it to the ground. Like there's like they destroyed it. They like imagine like a vase and someone just taking like an axe and hitting it and it's shattering. That's what this connection looks like because that's what they did. I feel like at one point they were so cocky and so full of themselves. So the impatience is their anxiety, the anxiety of knowing how they treated you, knowing that their situation is falling apart and not seeing where they can run to or wanting to run to you, but knowing that they destroyed the connection, but they're having a hard time moving forward because there's a part of this person that's like, can I salvage this? Can I fix it? Which means at one point there was a very strong connection. So they're like, maybe there's still a connection with us, which I have to like right away. I'm going to say I'm going to put a trigger warning on this because that just pisses me off. It's like this person has gone through this experience so many times that it's overshadowing if there's really any real connection there. Because what's prevalent is not, oh, I want to come back and fix this. It's I destroyed the relationship, so I can't just come up and pretend that nothing happened. I just can't show up back in your world. You're not going to allow that. And so you might even reject me. And if you reject me, well, this person, like I said, it triggers a lot of insecurity. So we see a lot going on there just with these two cards. This person knows that you're disgusted. That's why, because you saw right through the lies and the illusions. So that's why they're in a place of grief. They're acting like you abandoned them when they actually abandoned you a long time ago. That's why they're in a place of anxiety. And they feel like they're hopeless because they know that they ruined this connection. So for a long time, they stayed disassociated, hoping that you would draw an attachment to them, with them acting like they didn't give a shit. It's like, I don't know why they thought if they held back that you were actually gonna, give them more. And we're not even into the triggers yet. Your triggers with them, but I'm already triggered. It's like because this person's acting like you abandoned them when really they're the person that did what they did. You're just reacting to how they treated you and holding to a boundary. You're tired of the manipulation. It's all about like you couldn't tell what was real and what wasn't until you realized that you were being manipulated. And that's really because this person like talks to a lot of people. And so you knew that they were talking to a lot of people the entire time and still connected to somebody else that they're trying to get out of a connection with. So, and going through a shit ton of karma right now, a shit ton. And so they're looking for like a way out. Don't let this person back into your life. This person like that would be bringing you so much of their karma. Again, they avoided you. It's not like this person wanted to deal with the problems that they created between you and them. Then they want to come back when they're attached to so many other problems that they've accumulated. They're in family, like they're going through this continuation of family karma, maybe every 15 years, every 20 years, every, 10 years, every 5 years. This person doesn't really believe that they can have love. They have love only by attachment. There's someone that's very narcissistic, someone that's very manipulative. They'll avoid you and stonewall you in hopes to emotionally manipulate you so that you don't hold your boundaries. And all you know is that they didn't ever really let you into their life. They wanted to control your life, but they're not going to let you into their life. See, a very grossly imbalanced, where this person normally comes in very passionately. Again, they normally just pop up and would be very passionate and very smooth and as soon as they come in is when they leave. They don't like commitment, but they want to be in full control of you. And they don't like the fact that you have control now. They know that you see exactly who they are, and that's what's holding them back. That's why they're not coming back. That's why they have anxiety. Again, they need a constant attention. That's what you felt, that they needed constant attention. So what would happen is, they would get irritated. And I also feel like sometimes this person would deliberately not give you any attention. So you would get irritated and a little bit jealous because you knew that they were talking to other people, but that's what they wanted. They wanted you to be jealous. They wanted you to chase them. They wanted you to degrade yourself. They wanted to appear so superior. Attention. It's again where it's arguments where this again here we say it again where you felt angry and irritated and it would just sometimes start an argument so that you could get some kind of soothing so that this person could explain to you what was going on in the relationship because you didn't know what was going on in the relationship. But this person would play the same game. They would create an argument when you didn't talk to them for a long time in order to get soothed. So what we see here is a karmic connection where this person taught you that that it's not okay to express your feelings, that it's not okay to have needs. So you have to kind of like lose yourself emotionally in order to get what you need from this person. And that makes them feel really validated, really important, while at the same time acting like they don't really give a shit. It's again where you're like, I like undervalued. It's like there was nothing left. It's again that's what this person did. So we have to say these are their wounds. What are they doing right now as we speak? And just wait until we pull what kind of relationship this is, because it'll probably blow your mind. Because you'll say they don't act this way. That what you'll see is a lot of psychological reversals, a lot of where they get in their own way. Again, stayed away because they didn't want to deal with the criticism. It's again, this person hears and sees everything through their wounds. They don't heal them, so they project a lot. It's again just easier for them to pretend that they're a martyr. They stay connected to somebody again, or they stayed connected to somebody that they pretended that they were a martyr, but they were taking advantage of that person. And that's why they're going through a shitstorm. They're going through a shitstorm because this person didn't want to seem as if they were bad. They didn't want to draw the attention to their shitty behavior of running around with a lot of different people, having someone on the side that's oblivious, or maybe not oblivious, but just sitting there and just waiting, to like do what they're doing to them. But they look all innocent, so that they can look themselves in the mirror. Oh, see what a good person I am. But it's they don't have a life. That's why. They have no life to go to. It's again inherited. Again, this behavior they watched, they learned, they grew up in an environment, family karma. Their parents had toxic trauma bond connection, and this is what this person knows. They didn't get the love and the attention that they needed growing up, that their mother couldn't be there for them, so they spoiled the shit out of them and gave them whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted, never held them accountable for any of their crappy behavior because they were in a trauma bond connection with a narcissist that didn't give them, that was abusive to their to your person, to the person that's connected to you. So this is taught energy. This person has been programmed at a young age, which is why they keep going through these karmic lessons, these karmic looping type of relationships that just keep them in a place of fear. There's only two energies, love and fear. And love, we know, is the energy of the divine, and fear is the energy of the lower energy. I feel like this person is like doesn't have any control over anything, so they're eating a lot. They're trying to soothe themselves through food again because now they're seeing it like they're being betrayed when really they're the ones that are betrayed. They're just getting their karma back. They're acting as if they were so innocent here that they didn't do anything to anybody. And what we see is they've done everything to everybody. This person really thought who they were. They really thought that they could not lose here. They thought that, yeah, and then they have fear of change because again, now they don't know where to go. They don't know. They're an older player now. You don't you're dealing with older people now, people that are established, people that work really hard to obtain their money and to obtain, and they're not just willing to let just anybody into their home. That like this person's going to have to settle. And with you, they know that they wouldn't have had to settle. You would have been a gift. And that's why this person has anxiety because they're realizing who you are, what you could have done for them, and everything. And what they're seeing is you don't see them the same way. They may pretend that they don't see it, but they can feel it. That they actually, I feel like, severed the connection, which is why they're paranoid. We want to know what they're doing. They're doing a whole lot of nothing. That's what they're doing. A whole lot of eating, a whole lot of being in fear, and a whole lot of just worried about their future because they know that they broke the trust with you and everybody else. So they just sit here making illusions because they want to avoid judgment by you. That's why. They like the fact that it's again that you don't know. They think that you don't know. So they're, connected to people that don't want to really be around them either, that don't like them, that are giving them the shitstorm. However, you may not know that. So it gives them a sense of belonging. So again, instead of coming towards you where you could possibly reject them, they don't know. Again, all this person knows is about the karmic contracts, which is about the trauma bond, which is what this person was trying to do. Leave one situation to go into something else, and you're not allowing that, which is making them really have to suffer the consequences because there's no buffer. You are no buffer. And we've been getting similar stories like this in the past to be so this is person's going through a shit ton of karma. Now, if we look at it from a very spiritual perspective, I just want to see what this person really feels like on maybe a spiritual level. Maybe they don't even know, maybe again, because a lot of times when we go through, I would say like a dark night of the soul, there's a tower moment. This person's going through a tower moment. Their life is being destroyed right now. They don't have a buffer. There's no one to run to. They're lonely. They're thinking about everything. So there's got to be some internal work actually happening. Clear the illusions of the 3D world. Don't take everything at face value. There's a lot more going on spiritually and energetically than you can see. And that's what I was saying. This person, in the fact that their life is falling apart, They have a coming to Jesus type moment and that's exactly what I felt. I mean, not that it makes a difference. I feel like, yeah, this person misses you, that's why they're impatient, but, you know, their subconscious fears affecting their ability to attract abundance and love. And the universe is helping them right now to make them conscious so that they can easily attract what they want, including each other. Okay, so that's number one. And also, they know that this connection needs a lot of healing, that they destroyed it. So it says, our union energy needs clearing. Repeat 11 times with slow, deep breaths. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you. I'm grateful for you. So again, this is what this person realizes now, but they destroyed the connection and they know it, and it's due to all these spiritual blocks that they're becoming aware of. So there's a lot happening on the 3D level, but that doesn't mean take them back, and it doesn't mean I'm just saying that this connection is helping them to like heal, but that's because you stood to a certain level, and that's why. And that's why this person is flipping out. It's like what they're realizing is they ruined the connection, is what I feel in truth. I wish I could take back my words. And I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson, in spite that, you know, this person destroyed the relationship. It's like you impacted them. You impacted them. You made them see things from a different perception, which is really important when you're dealing with a trauma bond type person. Like, I mean, that's what they're used to. That it means that they're very tunnel vision. They only come from a place of fear. So this person has a very big ego, very thick skull. Nothing gets to them. So the fact that you actually got to them, they're affected. Again, what they realize is they love you unconditionally, but that's because there's a spiritual connection. They can't do anything about it. But I couldn't let you get close to me because they had other people and situations. So what they realized is they wound up growing feelings for you, realizing who you are, but after they destroyed the connection. So I believe that you are going to be the one that got away. And so we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? If you're a mirror of what comes into your life, what are you supposed to learn? It's again neglect. That's the inner child wound, the first inner child wound, or inner child wounds when they never get healed because we don't reparent them and our parents don't change. We continue to relive those experiences where they karmic loop until we reparent ourselves. So you emotionally didn't get what you needed. And I feel like in a lot of other ways you didn't get what you needed, and this person did the same. So that meant in order to reparent yourself, you would have to give yourself the love. And again, you would have a very strong connection to source because you were neglected as a child. Spirit works through our intuition, through our inner knowing, through the signs and the symbols that are in our environment. And as a child, since you were neglected, source raised you, which means that you have a very close connection to spirit, which is how you got away from this person, by the way, because you were in alignment with your true self, your higher self. So you were in the God part of self. So that's why the universe source, which is source, like protected you. And again, through your creativity, and that could be something that you do for a living, something, again, your hobby, an interest, a passion, through pouring it into yourself, that this time you gave the discipline to yourself. You didn't feed this person anymore. You took all your energy and you poured into yourself. So you became disciplined at that. And when you become disciplined and you have a connection to source, well, then source is going to bring the people and the situations and the experiences that are going to help you achieve success. It may take some time, but there will always be a way. God will always make a way where there is no way just for you, because that is the universe. The universe is God. There's no separation. There's no separation from you and God. That's the energy of love. The shadows our perceptions of self due from experiences. So you might have felt like, oh, I don't can't make money, I don't have enough, like there was a lacking. So by giving to yourself and pouring into yourself, you become abundant. So again, you return back to the innocent, what children, right? When you're a child and you're neglected, you're in the imagination. It's easy for you to create. The innocence is seeing life through the lens of unconditional love. You saw this person through the lens of unconditional love, the same way that you saw your parents do that way, though they hurt you, making you perceive, that there was something wrong. So I believe that you always gave energy or tried to prove yourself or give, and that's what this person expected you to do, but you didn't do that. So again, you stayed in the energy of innocence. I know that because that's the energy of source. It's like a child, it's innocent, it's in the imagination. And we put one more, which is play. So again, like what you were asked to do is invest in yourself, to play, to again discipline yourself, but to play. And that's as adults, we play by, going out and joining things and hey, I'm interested in this and in that and putting our time in this and that, whatever they are, that stirs up our soul. It's connecting to different people through the things that we join, that like-minded people that are emotionally going to pour into us because they enjoy our company. So you're going to fill yourself with passion, and that's what you did. And when you're in that energy, you're in the energy of love, you're in the energy of source. Passion for life is that love. And when you become that magnet for it, well, then you're abundant. And that's why you are no longer on this person's like vibration because you know who you are. It's like you healed your spiritual wounds. And that's because there's a path. And that path, I've always put these two decks together, but you can see they're two different decks. Um, I just don't have enough bags in the boxes. Some cards, they don't even sell boxes. These they didn't. Anyway, they sell bags and the bags were it. Anyway, ordered a card holder from Amazon. Should be coming soon. Loving yourself. Again, this is the time for that. It's again, and that's what Spirit said. But you were neglected. You didn't get the love that you needed. So it was about reparenting yourself so you could become the energy of love so that you can move into uncharted waters to find yourself, to learn new aspects of yourself and life, to evoke your curiosity. Again, start with passion. If you were neglected, well, there was no support, and Spirit saying the universe supports you. Go out and find yourself, especially if you're trying this person. It's not giving enough. It's like they need too much healing. They're definitely not on your vibration. And that's why they definitely see it and feel it and have a lot of anxiety and know that they like you don't see them the same. And you wouldn't. Again, and connecting to people, it doesn't say anything about relationship. It doesn't even say anything about making money. What it says, meaning that you're going to be supported and still make money. That's not what at hand. What Spirit says is you grew up without having. So how would you know what you like? You don't know. Or you think that you like, but you were only given three choices, when meanwhile there's hundreds of choices. So why not go out and find yourself and really invest in yourself, love yourself, so you get exactly what you want, is what Spirit says. It's not like you're not going to meet people along the way. You're going to meet your tribe. You're going to meet people that are emotionally going to lift you up. It doesn't mean that you won't date, but that's not what's precedent here. If you were neglected and didn't have a childhood, Spirit saying, I want you to have that now, clearly, if you're being asked to go out and play, you know, and to find friends and go into uncharted waters to try different things. That's what kids do. That's what teenagers do. That's what you weren't allowed to do that. Maybe there wasn't enough money. Maybe you had to work. Maybe it was nobody's fault. It was just the circumstances. But Spirit says, as long as you don't love yourself and do it for yourself, you'll never attract what you deserve. And we end off with one more message. And that one more message is the path to light. That's what you're on. Make the conscious choice to move towards the light one step at a time. Transform your weaknesses into strengths by mastering your thoughts. Overcome obstacles with positivity and acceptance. Develop your gifts and extend your light to every being unconditionally. And that's what you're being called to do. Become the energy of love, because that is the path to light, right? I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated with this one. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.